Hi friends, it's Marika Lake here and welcome back to my channel. I live on the west coast of Australia with my hubby Greg and our 5 children. I have William who's 15, Emily is 10, Cruz is 8, Jackson is 6 and our sweet little baby Jay is just 4 months old. And here in the Lake House Homeschool, we have been homeschooling for 5 years now. In today's video, I am going to just take you along on the process of me putting together my children's portfolio. So it's the end of the school year here for 2023 and I'm beginning to wrap up the school year and I'm beginning to write my children's school reports and gather all of their work samples in preparation for my moderator visit. Now, my moderator visits with me each year and she actually comes at the very beginning of the school year. So she comes in February, but she's there to talk about the previous school year. So it is currently October, and here in our homeschool, we actually finish school up for the year at the end of November. So I don't do any school in December or January. Now in December, there's lots of Christmas things happening. We're doing Advent, we're doing baking and cooking and learning about the Christmas stories. There's lots of learning going on, but the official school year for us will finish up at the end of November, and I will then have December and January off, which I absolutely love. And during that time, I don't want to be doing any schoolwork at all. So I try to be prepared for the next school year right now as much as I can so that I can have a really great summer break. So at the moment I am working on writing my children's school report, and I thought I would take you along and show you how I put together a digital portfolio of my children's schoolwork to show my moderator. Now, my moderator visit is actually done via Zoom call. We've done this for the last few years and I love having it as a Zoom call. It is so much easier for me to do it that way. It's over really quickly. It's just easier for me to do it in that way. So in years gone by, I have put together a hard copy portfolio of my children's work to show my moderator. But because this is going to be happening in a Zoom call, a hard copy is not working for me. So this year, what I'm going to do instead is put together a digital portfolio so that I can email that over to my moderator. She can have a look at it before she even meets with me, and then she can have it in front of her while we are meeting on our Zoom call. And it's just a lot easier to do it digitally in the first place than putting together a hard copy of the portfolio and then taking photos or scanning documents and putting it into the email and sending it over. So I'm just going to, instead of working on the hard copy, I'm not going to do that. I'm only going to work on a digital copy. Now, I'm a bit of a minimalist when it comes to my homeschooling and even my home. I don't hold on to things. I don't hold on to the children's schoolwork for memory's sake or anything like that. I generally recycle all of their schoolwork after a year. Keep it for about a year. I keep it until the moderator has seen it and officially written up her school report, and then all of that stuff will actually get recycled. I may keep a few pieces of work here and there, like artwork or anything that the children find particularly special, but everything is going to be recycled. And so that's just how I operate here in my home. And I also don't want to be doing double amount of work. So I don't, as I said, I don't put a physical portfolio together anymore because I need it to be digitally. So I don't make 2, I just make 1. Now, this is just how I operate here in my home. Now, and this goes with all of the videos that I make. I'm just making videos to show you how we do it here in the Lake House Homeschool, and hopefully I will inspire you on your homeschool journey. This is definitely not the only way to do it or the best way to do it. This is just the way that I do it, and I thought I would share and hopefully that you would find it helpful. Okay, enough of my chatting. Let's put together this digital portfolio. So I have gathered all of my supplies. I have all of today I'm working on Jackson's portfolio. He is my youngest who's doing school. He's 6 and he's in grade 1. So I've just grabbed all of the books and things that he has been using over the school year. So I have them at hand. And then I also have my laptop. Now, I am going to show you as much of this process as I can, but I want to respect my children's, respect them, and I won't show you too closely their examples of their schoolwork or of their photos. I'll just kind of give you a quick glance. I won't show you what I'm actually writing in his school report, just for his privacy. He doesn't want his schoolwork or his progress splattered all over the internet. So I will show you blank things when I can, or just a quick glance here and there. I hope you understand that. Okay, let's get going. So if you've been around on my channel, you would have seen this form before. I'm just showing it to you on my laptop. This is a copy of the Home Education Evaluation Report that my moderator actually fills out to write her school report and hand in to whoever she needs to hand in. And at some point in our journey, she actually emailed this to me. And what I do is I actually fill this form out and email it to her. And I just email it to her as a Word document so that she can edit it herself as well. And so I'm filling this out, and it just makes the process so much easier. So what it just has here obviously is all of the information for the student, and then it's just broken down into the different learning areas. So you can see here, this is for English. I don't have to use this part. I fill out this section here. So it just says here, please list textbooks, websites, other resources, workshop excursions and activities conducted during the year. And so I would write all of my information here, and then there's just a section here for me to write a little comment, just like a teacher would on a school report. And the note that they've written here is just it says list 1 or 2 specific pointers here that, good things that you have noticed and good progress that you have noticed. And that is just like that for every single learning area. So this is for mathematics. Again, you're just listing textbooks, websites that you're using, and a space for a comment. This is the humanities and social science section, so history and geography, and you're doing exactly the same, except you don't have to write a comment. They only want you to write that comment in this comments box here for English and mathematics. So for history and geography, we have science, we have technologies, health and physical education, languages. If you're doing it here, we only have to do it in grade 3 and 4, and then the arts. And in these boxes, you are just writing out all of the curriculum that you have used during the school year to teach that subject. Any textbooks, websites, resources, any excursions you've gone on, activities, whatever, you just list everything in here. So what I do, and then at the end, I'll just show you, they have a couple of sections here for you to fill out. So there's some general progress indicators. So list 1 or 2 general improvements that you have seen over the school year. And then some more comments here. What achievement or improvement as a parent educator are you proud of your child, obviously? And what areas of improvement do you plan to focus on for the next year? And so what I do is for each child, I will sit down and I will completely fill out this form with all of the resources and things that we have been doing throughout the school year. So I'll give you a quick look at what I have written up so far, just so you can have a look. This is for English, and I have just purely listed the things that we have used. I haven't written any comments or anything yet to show you, but it's just a list of the things that we did. We started off using Gather Round, so I've written that there. We used Reading Eggs, and on the Reading Eggs program, I just make note of the lesson that they completed and what their estimated reading age is, because you can see that on the program. So I'll pop that in there. Then we started using The Good and the Beautiful, which I love. So I wrote that down there, that's what we're using and in what term we were here. Then I would make a list of the books that my children have read. Jackson's not an independent reader, so he's still reading aloud to me. So I've just got the reader here that he was reading. But what I would normally do is have a list of books here that the children have read. Then we use handwriting without tears, and he was using speech therapy. Then we have mathematics here. We used one program, Maths Online, and he completed grade 1. And that's all I've written. Then when it comes down to humanities and science, you can see here we were studying Australian history. I just listed the topics that we were covering this year, and we watched YouTube videos, and I just made a list of the YouTube channels that we were using. I didn't put links to the direct videos. I've just put the channel names there that we used, and the read aloud that we used, and just said that we completed notebooking pages. So these are the websites that we use, the topics we discuss, and we completed notebooking pages. This is what we did for geography, and then I have a list of excursions here. And I've just done the same for science. Now Jackson is only 6 years old, and he didn't do too much written stuff, but he did a lot of hands-on things, particularly with nature studies like collecting bugs, researching them to find out how to take care of them, and then taking care of his bugs. And so I just wrote that down here, and then I'll show you what I did for the examples of the work. So this is just a quick look. I just write everything up. We don't do languages, as in speaking another language, because this is for grade 3 and 4. Jackson's only grade 1, so I didn't include that. I'm still working on this, but I thought I would just give you a quick look. So the program that I'm using to create my digital portfolio is Canva. Now I have access to a paid account for Canva. I'm lucky enough to hop on to my husband's work account, which has been awesome. But you can use Canva for free, and there is plenty of free things that you can use within Canva. So I encourage you to check it out. I actually have my own free account, which I use most of the time, and sometimes I pop over to the paid account. So check out Canva. It's a popular website. It has been around for ages. You can create all sorts of cool things on Canva. I'm sure you've seen it before. I'll pop a link in the description box down below so you can have a look. But all of anything that I print out, any of my thumbnails that I create or invitations that I make, I all make on Canva. So it's really awesome. So I'm just kind of on a landing page here just to show you. There's plenty of things that you can make in Canva. You can see here you can make documents. Let me zoom in a bit more. Whiteboard, presentations, cards, flyers. You can all sorts of things, Christmas things, stuff for websites, heaps and heaps and heaps of things. And it's just, over the years, I have just seen Canva get better and better. I've been using it for years. And so I am going to be using Canva to create my digital portfolio. Right, so this is what I'm doing for gathering my children's work to create a document to send over to my moderator. I won't show you too close because this is actually my child's work, and so I'm just trying to respect him. But basically this is an A4 page that I have created here. And so I showed you before the report that I wrote out, and now I want to collect work samples of some of the things I was talking about in my report so that I can show my moderator. And there's heaps of templates and styles and designs over here that you can choose. And so all I did was simply went through and found a design that I liked, and this was the setup that I chose, and then I just inputted my own images and photos onto here. So all I have simply done is taken photos of my child's work and pop them onto a document. So we've just got some writing samples here, we've got some artwork, and we've got some photographs of the things we did. So this was for Australian history, and then I've created one here for science. Again, just some art notebooking pages that we did, and then some photographs. Now Jackson he's a lot more hands-on than doing bookwork, so I always find I have heaps of photographs
photographs of him doing things. And so I have included the photographs on these documents, and then this is just a STEM activity that we're doing. So here are the sheets that he filled out and the photograph of the thing that he was designing. I will do is I will create several of those A4 pages. I will do, one for geography, one for history, one for science. I will make up those documents and I will save them as PDFs, and then I can email them over to my moderator along with that report that I have written out. So she will have the report that she can read, and then she will have some documents of the child's work that she can have a look at. Now, I will also do, the main thing I do want to send over is samples of his writing, because that's what the moderators want to see. They want to see samples of their writing and their math scores. And so what I will do is, I haven't shown you on the document, but I will take photos of Jackson's writing. He has a book here that we do, an exercise book here that he does a lot of his writing in over the year. So what I do is I just go back. I will usually send over, say, 3 or 4 writing samples of his work, and they'll do that for each of my children. So I'll take a photo at the beginning of the year, the middle of the year, and then the end of the year, and then hopefully you can see improvements in his writing over the year. And I'll just take a photo of those and I will pop them into Canva and put them onto a sheet so they're all together that I can email it over. Now, instead of using Canva and creating those documents, I could literally just take a photo of their work or scan their work in, add it into an email and send it on over. You don't have to be fancy about it. It can just be as simple as that. Because I'm creating 4, I've got 4 children who I homeschool. Because I'm creating 4 of these documents, I just thought it was easier to use Canva and have all of the science images on one page. So I'm not having to email 500 things over to my moderator. It might just be the report and then say 5 other pages. And on that 5 other pages is multiple photos and multiple samples of work. It just makes it easier for her to have a look at, and it's kind of all condensed. So that's why I decided to use Canva and make like a picture collage of their schoolwork to make it easier to keep all of that information condensed and just easier to email to my moderator. So that's all I do for creating a digital portfolio of my children's work. So I was just working on Jackson's today, but basically for my other children, I will go ahead and create the same thing. So I've got Jackson's template now. I will use the same template for each child just to make it easier, and I will just switch out the work samples and the photographs. So I will send over to my moderator the report that I've written out, and then the pages that I created on Canva. And also for mathematics, we use an online maths program, and they actually have so we use Maths Online, which I've used since the beginning, and I absolutely love. All my children use it. What you can do is actually print out their math scores, and it gives you a list of all of the subjects, learning areas that they've completed, and then it will give a percentage of what they got, I will print that out to send to my moderator. There is a function as well where instead of completing the math activity online, you can actually print it as a worksheet. And so if I wanted to show her some of their maths in worksheet form, I would then just print out a worksheet and have them complete some of the lessons in that way. And then I could send those worksheets over, but I don't do that. We just complete it all online and I just send over the math scores. And that's it. It is so easy to create a digital portfolio. It is taking me no time at all to gather all of that information and put it in. I've only done Jackson so far, so hopefully I will get on to the other 3 children and get them done before the end of the school year. Thank you so much for watching my video today. I hope that you found that information helpful. If you have any questions at all, please leave a comment in the comments box down below and I will get back to you. And don't forget to check out the description box below. I will put a link down there to my Instagram account if you wanted to follow us over there. I'll pop a link to Canva, which I was using to make my digital portfolio down there. And I'll also pop some links to my other videos that you might find interesting or helpful. Make sure you check those out as well. Again, thank you for visiting, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.